Okay, I'm ready when you are. No, I'm not. Okay. Okay, you ready?
Looks a little better than the black shirt.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Reggie Harris,
Why is my
math
head-
tutor, take
Why
one.
is my head cut off on there? I need to be
No, I got
closer. Oh, I need to be closer to the board.
you. Yes.
Can you see the problem up there?
I got it on here.
Okay. Good afternoon, folks. We're going to continue our discussion on systems of equations, also known as simultaneous equations or just systems, by solving a problem. Now, I wrote up on the board here 2 equations. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve them using one of the many techniques that you have to know in order to solve these problems. But first, we're just going to do what we're going to use the elimination method. And elimination is just what the word says. We're going to get rid of one of the variables. Now, I made a very easy problem up here, right? Easy to me, of course, maybe not to you. But in any event, we're going to eliminate one of the variables. Can you just look at this here? Let's say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move a little bit ahead. I'm going to add these 2 numbers together, like you're used to doing. And can you see anything that's going to happen when you add these 2 together that equals elimination? Well, I'm just going to go ahead. How much is 3x and x? That's 4x. Right? And then, so we took care of the x. Now we move on. How much is negative 2y and positive 2y? Oh, that's a 0. Okay, and how much is negative 4 and 12? That's 8. So if you notice, we have eliminated one of the variables. This 0 here, there's no more y left. So of course we don't have to write the 0, so I'm just going to make this 4x is equal to 8. And now I'm going to solve. Right? In order to solve this equation, I'm going to divide both sides by 4. These 2 things are going to reduce to 1, so I'm just going to be left with x, and over here I'm going to have 2. And now that I know that x is 2, what should I do next? Well, this is a system. That means I have 2 equations. I need to know what y is. So you take this value of 2 that you derived for x, and you put it back into either one of the equations. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to put it into the bottom one. Why? Because it looks easier. So now I'm going to put the 2 in. I'm going to rewrite it as such. 2, because that's what x is, plus 2y is equal to 12. So this is the type of equation we're very familiar with. One variable, subtract 2 from both sides. You're left with 2y is equal to 10. Divide by 2 on both sides, and y is equal to 5. So the answer to this system of equation, the solution is x is 2, and y is 5. And what does this represent in terms of the theory? This tells you that these 2 equations have one point in common. They're going to cross somewhere. Where is that place? The place where x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 5. Of course, you may have to prove this sometimes. So how do you prove something like this? I'm going to take these 2 numbers and I'm going to put them up in the first equation and see if I get 4. Okay? So 3x minus 2y is equal to negative 4. So I said I'm going to put the numbers in there. So I'm going to say 3 times 2 minus 2 times 5. Does that equal negative 4? Is that true or false? 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Does that equal negative 4? Well, let's see. How much is 6 minus 10? Negative 4 equals negative 4. Check. We're good to go.
Teacher, can you do that again?
I most certainly can.
What happened to the 0?
As you notice, you saw me. I erased it from there. We don't have to write 0. If you got $5 and I don't give you any, how much money do you have?
0.
You still got that same $5, you stupid motherfucker. Okay.
Now, let's see if this is going to save. Stop. Oh, I keep forgetting how this ain't a touch screen. Stop. Now, come back and say save, bitch.
There you go.
Thank you.
Save as type, Windows Media File. Oh, see, man, you can, I mean, look, your Camtasia, my Camtasia and Windows Media are very similar. Except Camtasia can output more different kinds of files and things like that.
Okay, now, let me stop this.
You know I got Camtasia